Everybody familiar with Genesis chapter 1? All right. They lying? Well, we're going to find out today. Oh, Officer Alicia, there were two clips on the telegram. I forgot. It just popped into my mind. Yes, it's two of them. No, we good. All right. Who's reading? Oh, Yuri, Officer Yuri.
Yes, sir.
Well, I do want to give special thanks to Barbados. They took care of me and Yuri while we were there, and Deacon Isaac, Officer Raphael, Officer Isaiah, Officer David, Officer Ezra, Officer Uriel, so forth and so on. All praise to the Most High. I want to thank y'all for your hospitality to us. And it was a surprise visit. We just popped up. People don't like that. But hey, we got to see what's happening, what's going on. All right. Yuri, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're going to open up with Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1. So today's class is creation from God to man. Creation from God to man.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
So verse 1 is a summary of what we're about to read. Verse 1 is just a summary, all right? Now, chapter 1 also gets summarized in chapter 2. Read again, Yuri.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Can we put the picture of the Father up, Alicia? Can we put that up? Alicia. Officer Alicia, the Father. Let me look first. Put it up. I like that one you had. Alicia, can you put the Father up? No. I told you that is not him. Where's the one for the, which screen am I looking at? Okay. You put the wrong one up, Yuri. Alicia. No, we were in the back. You showed me one that was the Father. That one right there. Okay. Already. Verse 2 again.
And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Read.
And God said, let there be light.
And God said, let there be light.
And there was light.
And there was light. Read on.
And God saw the light, that it was good.
God saw the light, that it was good.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
And God divided the light from the darkness. Now I'm going to pause right there. Now that in itself, many times we think we understand it, but it too is a metaphor. Okay? Give me John chapter 8, verse 12.
John chapter 8 and verse 12. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world.
Christ said, I am the light of the world. Was that it?
He that followeth me
shall
not walk in darkness.
Shall not walk in darkness. Chapter 9 now, verse 5. John 9, verse 5.
John chapter 9 and verse 5. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
Christ said, as long as I'm in the world, I am the light of the world. Now, that's some heavy stuff right there. Let's go on back to Genesis chapter 1. And give me verse 3 one more again.
Yes, sir. And God said, let there be light.
Alicia, put the next image up. Nope. No. Go back. Go back. Okay. Go back. Put the light back. Go to the light. All right. Put that on the screen. Let me see another one, and don't put it on the screen yet. I got to see because I seem like you don't know what's going on. Give me the next one. Okay, that's fine. Put that on the screen. Okay. Now let me see another one. Okay, you just put that one up already. Give me another one. Okay, okay. Go back to the beginning, Yuri. I mean, Elisha. I keep saying Yuri. Right. Go back. Go. Click. Come on, click it. Click it. Right there. Go back. Right there. Put that on the screen. Yuri, can you please read John 9 and 5 again?
John chapter 9 and verse 5.
I see this is going to be a troublesome day right here. Go ahead.
As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
Now John 8 and 12.
John chapter 8 and verse 12. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
Give me 2 Corinthians 4 and 6.
Second Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 6. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ.
In the face of who?
Of Jesus Christ.
So that light that we've been reading about in the beginning was Christ. Okay. So from there, give me 2nd Esdras chapter 6. 2nd Esdras chapter 6. And we're going to read from verse 38.
2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 38. And I said, O Lord, thou spakest from the beginning of the creation, even the first day, and said thus, let heaven and earth be made. And thy word was a perfect work. And then was the spirit and darkness, and silence were on every side. The sound of man's voice was not yet formed.
Man's voice was not yet formed. Go ahead.
Then commandest thou a fair light.
Then commandest thou a fair light, a beautiful light. Go ahead.
To come forth of thy treasures.
To come forth of thy treasures. Go ahead.
That thy work might appear.
Can you put the image back, Elisha? Not that one. Right there. Put that back. Okay. Well, all righty then. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 1.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 3. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness.
And God divided the light from the darkness. We're about to get into that in a minute. Go ahead.
And God called the light day.
God called the light day.
And the darkness he called night.
The darkness he called night. Go ahead.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Give me 2 Peter 1:19.
Second Peter chapter 1 and verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well, that ye take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn.
Until the day dawn. Go ahead.
And the day star arise in your hearts.
And the day star arise in your heart. That day star is who, brothers? That's Christ. Okay, from there, give me Ephesians 5 and 8.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 8. For ye were sometimes darkness.
So he says to us, you, brothers and sisters, were sometimes darkness. Go ahead.
But now are ye light in the Lord.
But now are you light in the Lord.
Walk as children of light.
He said, walk as children of light. Was that it, Yuri?
Yes, sir.
Go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 5. Ye are all the children of light.
Ye are all the children of light. Go ahead.
And the children of the day.
And we are the children of the day. Go ahead.
We are not of the night.
We are not of the night.
Nor of darkness.
Nor of darkness. This is some interesting stuff. Give me Luke 16 and 8. This is Bible. You want Bible? This is Bible. Luke 16.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 8. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
So he said people in the world, they operate better than us. But the point out of the verse, I don't want the whole parable. He refers to us as the children of light. Okay, now watch this. Revelation 1 and 8.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 8. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty.
Christ said, I'm Alpha, meaning I'm the first. He said, I'm Omega, meaning I am the last. The beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. Now give me Proverbs 8:22. Before we go to first Proverbs 8, I think it's not in my notes. Yuri, help me out. I think it's Corinthians 1:24 about the wisdom of God.
Yes, sir.
Yuri, you know what I'm talking about? 1 Corinthians 1:24.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 24. But unto them which are called.
But unto them which are called into this truth, go ahead.
Both Jews and Greeks.
Both Jews, southern kingdom, and Greeks, northern kingdom.
Christ, the power of God.
Christ is the power of God.
And the wisdom of God.
And Christ is the wisdom of God. I wanted that first before we go to Proverbs 8. Because now when we go to Proverbs chapter 8, let's take a look. Proverbs chapter 8. Read verse 1, and we're going to just jump for time's sake.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 1. Doeth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice?
Verse 11.
Verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it.
Remember what we read earlier about in Esdras, how the Lord took out of his treasure a fair light? Read on.
I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions.
Jump down to 22. So we're talking about wisdom. Now we just read that the wisdom of Christ is what? The wisdom of God. Remember in 1 Corinthians 1, you already forgot. Everybody know what I'm talking about? All right. That was 1 Corinthians 1:24. So Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God. So now in verse 22, watch this.
Verse 22. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old.
Elisha, can you put the Father an image? These are just images. Yes, these are just, we're not saying that's them. Put it on the screen. Thank you. Read it again, Yuri.
The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way.
Now, can you put Christ up on the scene? The depiction of Christ. Nope. Yes, that one. Okay, read it again, Yuri.
The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old.
Okay, take it down, Alicia. Read.
I was set up from everlasting.
So Christ, the Alpha, he said, I was set up from everlasting. Go ahead.
From the beginning or ever the earth was.
I was set up from the beginning. That's why he said, I'm Alpha. He said, before ever the earth was made. Go ahead.
When there were no depths.
When there were no depths. Go ahead.
I was brought forth.
I was brought forth. Go ahead.
When there were no fountains abounding with water.
When there was no fountains abounding with water. Come on.
Before the mountains were settled. Before the hills was I brought forth.
So Christ is letting you know, when I say I'm the Alpha, when I say I am the beginning, I mean that. Go ahead.
While as yet he had not made the earth.
While as yet he had not made the earth. Go ahead.
Nor the fields.
Nor the fields.
Nor the highest part of the dust of the world.
Read.
When he prepared the heavens, I was there.
He said, when he prepared the heavens, I was there. Go ahead.
When he set a compass upon the face of the depth. When he established the clouds above.
That's the firmament. Go ahead.
When he strengthened the fountains of the deep.
Read.
When he gave to the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. Then I was by him.
Then I was by him. Go ahead.
As one brought up with him.
As one brought up with him. That's why it says, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Read that again, Yuri.
Then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth. And my delights were with the sons of men.
From there. Give me 2nd Ezra 6 and 1. 2nd Ezra 6 and 1.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made.
In the beginning, when the earth was made. Come on.
Before the borders of the world stood.
Before the borders of the world stood.
Or ever the winds blew. Before it thundered and lightened.
Before it thundered and lightened.
Or ever the foundations of paradise were laid.
Before paradise was even made. Go ahead.
Before the fair flowers were seen. Or ever the movable powers were established. Before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together.
So Christ is letting you know he was before the innumerable number of angels was made. Christ said, I was first. I am the Alpha. I am the Omega. Read that part again.
Before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established. Before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together. Or ever the heights of the air were lifted up. Before the measures of the firmament were named. Or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot. And ere the present years were sought out. And or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned. Before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure.
Now watch this. Listen good.
Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone.
They were all made through me alone. Go ahead.
And through none other.
And through none other. From there. Give me 2nd Ezra 9:18. I just want to show you something. Now, we're going to cover this in a moment. When he says everything was made through me alone. We're going to cover that in a minute. But give me 2nd Ezra 9:18 and 19.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 18. And now when I prepared the world. Which was not yet made. Even for them to dwell in that now live. No man spake against me.
He said, no man spake against me. Go ahead.
For then everyone obeyed.
Wait a minute. He says now everybody was there and nobody spake against me. So we were all there. You wasn't ready for it. You wasn't ready. Read that again, Yuri.
And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me, for then everyone obeyed.
That lets you know we was all there. He said everybody obeyed in the beginning. Go ahead.
But now the manners of them which are created in this world, that is, made, are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves.
That helps us understand Jeremiah 1 and 5 now.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5.
Wait, Yuri, I'm kind of slow. Go ahead.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Start at 4.
Yes, sir. Verse 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Well, how? Because Jeremiah was there in the beginning. Go ahead.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation.
So that was already ordained from the beginning when the Lord said, this is going to be a prophet on the earth. Okay, watch this. Isaiah 6, 1 and 2. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1 and 2.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah...
Wait. Why do you keep going so... You know I'm slow.
Sorry, Bishop.
It's all right. They glad I'm slow because they slow too. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple.
That's some powerful stuff right there. Go ahead.
Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet.
Hey, I'm going to explain something to you. Hey, Elisha, hopefully you can you find me the Ark of the Covenant? Ark of the Covenant. Find me the Ark. Find me the ark. And Yuri, I want you to find me the scripture in Hebrews. I want Google, yeah. A-R-K. Yuri, I want you to find me the scripture where Paul says we can't now speak upon it, of which we cannot now speak. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to look. Y'all bear with me. I just got to find it. I don't remember. I'm just trying to find it. It's Hebrews chapter 9.
Yes, sir, I found it.
Okay, Elisha. Now that's a good ark. Is there one with the mercy seat in the middle? Mercy seat on the ark. I just want to show brothers and sisters when I don't want to say too much. Just type in mercy seat on ark plus mercy seat. Plus mercy seat. Lift it, raise it up. Okay. See that one glowing right there? Glowing. The one glowing. Yes. Okay. When the Spirit of the Lord, now y'all see the ark, right? Now we know this is not the real ark, it's a depiction. You see the two angels with the cherubim, and you see the light in the center. That's when the Lord would speak to Moses and Aaron and them. Now, that design right there goes to Hebrews chapter 9. Can we get Hebrews chapter 9?
Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 4.
Wait. Start at verse 1, and we're going to read down. The point is in verse 5.
Verse 1. Then verily the first covenant had also ordinances of divine service and a worldly sanctuary. For there was a tabernacle made, the first, wherein was the candlestick, and the table and the showbread, which is called the sanctuary. And after the second veil, the tabernacle, which is called the holiest of all, which had the golden censer, and the ark of the covenant overlaid round about with gold.
This is what we wanted to get to. Go ahead.
Wherein was the golden pot that had manna, and Aaron's rod that budded, and the tables of the covenant.
All right, put it on the screen, Alicia. Can you put it on the screen? Read.
And over it, the cherubims of glory shadowing the mercy seat, of which we cannot now speak particularly.
So Paul said he's not allowed to speak particularly regarding what that signified. When we go back now to Isaiah chapter 6, let's start at verse 1 again, Yuri.
Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple.
Meaning the garment was long. Go ahead.
Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings.
So on either side of the throne, you had seraphim. Each one had 6 wings. Go ahead.
With twain he covered his face. 2
of the wings covered the angel's face. Go ahead.
And with twain he covered his feet. And with twain he did fly.
So you had 2 angels, just like on the ark. The Most High sat in the middle. Amaziah, do me a favor. Lift one arm up. Lift both your arms up. Lift both. Face deep. So let's say this is the mercy seat. You got the Father there. Just like the ark. The angels had their wings. And they would cover. And when someone approached the throne, the wings would open. Like that. That's how it operated. That's how. Everybody understand what I'm saying? I know I'm not an actor. I don't know how to do that stuff cool and all that. But it's similar to that on the mercy seat when that's what it's going into. All right, jump down, Yuri. Jump down to verse 22, 8. Verse 8.
Verse 8. Also, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us?
Go to the earth and prophesy. Go ahead.
Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
So when he says to Isaiah, go, meaning Isaiah would have to be born in the earth again and grow up to the age when he prophesied. That's what Isaiah 6 is going into. Everybody understand that? We went over this before, so I'm just hitting key parts. From there, give me 2 Ezra chapter 3. So what we just read about Isaiah and Jeremiah, precepts, what we read in 2nd Ezra 9 about in the beginning, no man spake against me, for then everybody obeyed. Everybody with me so far? I don't want to lose nobody. All right. Where'd I say go?
2nd Ezra 3.
Yes, 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 5 and 6.
2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 5. And gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
Now, that's not the part I wanted, but go ahead, read on.
And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward.
That's what I wanted. Paradise was created before the earth was made. So write that down. Paradise came first. That's the part I wanted. That's what I wanted. Now, we're going to go from there. Now, Yuri, we just read what? 2nd Ezra 3. Give me 2nd Ezra 8:52.
Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 52.
Watch what the angel says to Esdras.
For unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom.
So paradise was already there. Like we read about Adam being put into paradise. Paradise was made first. This is why, watch this, give me Luke 23:43. Luke 23 and 43.
Luke chapter 23, verse 43.
Start at verse 40.
Verse 40.
The men when they was on the cross. Go ahead.
But the other answering rebuked him, saying, dost not thou fear God?
So they were mocking, one of them was mocking Christ, one of the thieves. And the other thief on the cross cut him. Go ahead.
Seeing thou art in the same condemnation?
Yeah, capital punishment, death. Go ahead.
And we indeed justly.
indeed justly deserve to die. Go ahead.
For we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man have done nothing amiss.
How do we know that? How does he know that? It's obvious that man had to have known of Christ and followed him at one time. Churches use this to say, oh, I'm going to wait till I die, about to die, like the man on the cross. No, this man obviously had followed Christ. How would he know, but this man have done nothing amiss? How would he know that? He had to have been following Christ around, listening to him speak and watching, observing him. Everybody understand that? Go ahead, watch this.
Verse 42. And he said unto Jesus, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom.
He said, Lord, remember me when you come. So he had to have known about Christ. He wasn't just no regular old thief. He had to have been walking with him, talking with him to know that this is the Lord. Everybody understand that? Stop letting these churches pull this. I'm going to wait till I die and then I'm going to ask the Lord, forgive my sins and I'm good. That's a lot. Watch this.
And Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise.
Now, how was he able to say that? Because paradise been made long time before the earth was made. Paradise is already done. Everybody understand that? All righty then. Give me John chapter 1 now. Now, John chapter 1 is going to tie back into what we read a few minutes ago, a little while ago. Hey, Yuri, I think it was 2nd Ezra 9:19. Let me hear it again. Just refresh my memory.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 19. For then everyone obeyed. But now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
Let me hear 18.
Verse 18. And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made.
That's what I wanted right there. Yet when I prepared the world, which was not yet made. Go ahead.
Even for them to dwell in that now live. No man spake against me.
Nobody spake against me. Go ahead.
For then everyone obeyed.
We were all there. We all obeyed in the beginning. Now, here's a precept to that. John chapter 1, verse 1.
John chapter 1 and verse 1.
Going too fast. Go ahead.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. In your beginning. Go ahead.
was the Word.
Was the Word.
And the Word was with God. And the Word was God.
And the Word was God. Go ahead.
The same was in the beginning with God.
See that part right there? The same was in the beginning with God. Churches get tripped up on this thing right here. Not only is he talking about the Father, not me when I say he, I'm talking about not only is Christ saying he was with God, talking about the Father, it's talking about all those spirits, the innumerable angels. Remember we read that, and the men that obeyed in the beginning. Remember that? All of us was made in the beginning. In the beginning. Anybody lost? I know it's cognitive dissonance because of the church. No, that ain't what Pastor T.D. Jakes said. I already know. Read it again.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God.
Now, just to help you out here, verse 14, Yuri, just to help the young brothers, verse 14.
Verse 14, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
Stop. Who is that, brothers? All right, go back to verse 1, Yuri.
Verse 1, in the beginning was the Word.
Who's the Word, brothers? Okay, go ahead.
And the Word was with God.
And the Word was with God. Go ahead.
And the Word was God.
And the Word was God. Go ahead.
The same was in the beginning with God.
That terminology, God, which in the Hebrew they pronounce it Elohim or Elohim, which is plural. It's plural. It's not singular. Everybody understand that? Sometimes it can be used singular, but the majority of the time when you read it, it's in a plural context. Read again, Yuri.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God.
Churches use this to say, oh, that means Christ is the Father. No. Give me that, Yuri, real quick, just to help people out. 1 Corinthians 11, I think it is, 3 and 4.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. Excuse me. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Meaning the Father. Everybody see that right there? You see the distinction and difference, right? All right, go back to John chapter 1. And read verse 2 again.
John chapter 1 and verse 2. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
That's what we read in Proverbs chapter 8. Without Christ, there was nothing made that was made. Go ahead.
In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
And the life was the light of men. Go ahead.
And the light shineth in darkness.
All this is going back to Genesis. And the light shineth in darkness. Go ahead.
And the darkness comprehended it not.
And the darkness comprehended. Like I said, that's a metaphor. Because you can look at just the typical sense of darkness. But notice it says, and the darkness comprehended it not. That's talking about people. That's talking about souls and spirits. Everybody see that? Read again, Yuri, that part, that verse.
In him, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
So in the beginning, when we read, let there be light, that's Christ right there. That's Christ. He's letting you know right there again. There's multiple scriptures. Go ahead.
Verse 6. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light.
To bear witness of the light, capital L. He said, that's the light there. Go ahead.
That all men through him might believe.
Read.
He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light.
John the Baptist was not the light. He came to bear witness of the light you read about. In the beginning, God said, let there be light. Read.
That was the true light.
That was the true light. Go ahead.
Which lighteth every man that cometh into the world.
Now, and I know some of y'all are new. Remember, it's talking about the world of Israel. It's not talking about China and all that. It's talking about the Israelites that were scattered throughout the world. Does everybody understand that? All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him.
See that? He was in the world, and the world was made by him, meaning Christ. Go ahead.
and the world knew him not.
And the world knew him not. That's why in Proverbs 8, Christ said, before everything was made, I was there. I was first. Go ahead.
He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
Oh, here go the churches. Pull that one. Give me that. Here's the precept. Give me Mark 8:31.
Mark chapter 8, verse 31. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected.
Be what?
Be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again.
Now let's go. Now we understand who rejected Christ. Back to John 1 and verse 11 again.
He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
Didn't the apostles receive him? Hey, give me that other one in John 6:15. Here's another precept just to help y'all out when y'all out on the street, or you're talking to your mama who thinks she know everything. John 6:15.
John chapter 6 and verse 15. When Jesus therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him a king.
To make him a what?
A king.
The people wanted to take Christ and make him their king. What do you mean he came into his own and everybody rejected him? You crazy people out there. Give me a John 12. What'd you say? I didn't get a bomb. Give me John 12:11. I'm back in New York. John 12:11.
John chapter 12, verse 11. Because that by reason of him, many of the Jews went away and believed on Jesus.
So what do you mean? Nobody received. He came into his own received him not. Go ahead.
And on the next day, much people that would come to the feast, when they heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem, took branches of palm trees and went forth to meet him and cried, Hosanna, blessed is the King of Israel that cometh in the name of the Lord.
So what do you mean, churches? When you say he came unto his own, all the Israelites rejected Jesus. So now the gospel's to the church, the Baptists. These lies, brothers, we got to shut every lie down. Let's go back to John 1. And where were we at? We were in verse 11. That was it.
John chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name.
Now, all those precepts we just read are those Israelites that believed on him to become the sons of God. Go ahead.
Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God.
That's a heavy verse right there. Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Remember, we were all in the beginning with the Lord, right? Remember, he said to Jeremiah, he said, I ordained you a prophet from the beginning. Remember that? Everybody that believed was ordained from the beginning. You got to imagine it. He created angels and spirits and souls. He said, this group's going to believe. This group's going to believe. This group over here, I don't want y'all to believe when y'all come back. But this group here is going to believe on me. Y'all listen, read it again.
Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God.
Come on.
And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
That's Christ. Go ahead.
And we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth.
From there, give me Matthew chapter 4 and verse 15. Matthew. You thought the party was over. The party ain't over. Matthew 4:15.
Matthew chapter 4 and
14, verse 14, yeah.
And verse 14. That it might be fulfilled.
Let's start at 12. Real quick, Yuri, please.
Verse 12. Now when Jesus had heard that John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee. And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the seacoast in the borders of Zebulun and Naphtali, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet.
That's Isaiah saying what?
The land of Zebulun.
Land of Zebulun. Now remember, it called up above it. No, read on.
In the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
Notice it's calling Zebulun and Naphtali what, brothers? Gentiles. Zebulun, that's in one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Naphtali, that's one of the 12 tribes of Israel. They were called Gentiles. Write that down. That's another precept. Read on.
The people which sat in darkness,
That we sat in darkness, read.
saw great light.
So what?
Great light.
In the beginning, God said, let there be light. Everybody understand that? So that great light, that light is Christ. Read on.
And to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
See that? Read that again. And to them which what?
And to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
Light is sprung up. That was okay. Oh, you doing the bombs? So I'm cursing you out. Not you got me thinking it's Elisha. I'm sorry, Elisha. It's this dude over here. Oh, Lord in heaven. You got me? All right. Give me Matthew 17. Matthew 17. He's writing. Matthew 17 and 1.
Matthew chapter 17 and
Y'all
verse
told me I
1.
knew it already. You said you knew Genesis. I said, okay, good. So you ain't got to write too much. Come on.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 1. And after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun.
Christ's face did shine as the sun. Go ahead.
And his raiment was white as the light.
Give me the next picture, Lisha. Not that one. Nope. Nope. Oh, no, forget it. Forget it. Forget it, Lisha. Just read on. Read on.
Verse 3. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses.
Put that on the screen. There appeared unto him Moses. Go ahead.
And Elias talking with him.
And Elias talking with us. Elijah. Put on the next one, Alicia. Right. Elijah, put on the screen. Talking with him. Now, can you put the three of them? Yes, put that on the screen. You could, yes. Read that again.
And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him.
So this is what Peter, James, and John, this is just a depiction again. They look and saw the three of them talking. And it said Christ was glowing like the sun. Read.
Then answered Peter and said unto Jesus, Lord, it is good for us to be here.
You could take it off the screen, Alicia.
If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him.
Meaning Christ is over Moses. Christ is over Elijah. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Give me Revelation 21 and 23. That was a good bomb. It was a good bomb. Revelation 21, 23.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 23. And the city had no need of the sun.
New Jerusalem going to have no need of the sun. Go ahead.
Neither of the moon.
Neither of the moon. Go ahead.
To shine in it.
Uh-huh.
For the glory of God did lighten it.
For the glory of God did lighten it. Go ahead.
And the Lamb is the light thereof.
And the Lamb, that's Christ, is the light thereof. Give me chapter 22 and verse 13.
Revelation chapter 22, verse 13. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last.
So when Christ said that, he meant that thing. He's the first and he's the last. Give me Exodus 33, 17, please. Exodus 33 and verse 17. And we're going to read down, Yuri.
Yes, sir. Exodus chapter 33 and verse 17. And the Lord said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory.
Moses said, show me your glory, Lord. Go ahead.
And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee,
And I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee. Go ahead.
and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. And he said, thou canst not see my face.
He said to Moses, you cannot see my face, Moses. Go ahead.
For there shall no man see me and live.
No man can see me and live. Meaning, he's in his glory. He said, you can't see me and live. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And it shall come to pass, while my glory passeth by, that I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand while I pass by. And I will take away mine hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen.
But my face shall not be seen. Give me Exodus 34:29. I'm going to give you the answer in a minute. Exodus 34:29.
Exodus chapter 34 and verse 29. And it came to pass, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses was not, that the skin of his face shone while he talked with them.
Don't we realize when Moses went to talk to the Lord on the mountain, when he came down, his face was shining. It was glowing. Go ahead.
And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And Moses called unto them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him, and Moses talked with them. And afterward, all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that the Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face.
Moses had to put a veil on his face. His face glowed so much. Go ahead.
But when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with them.
Now, the question is, did Moses see the Lord in the beginning? What we just read in chapter 33. Here's the answer. John 1:18.
John chapter 1, verse 18.
Start at 17.
Verse 17. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Jesus Christ. No man has seen God at any time.
What?
No man has seen God at any time.
Go ahead.
The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him.
So what is Christ saying? No man saw the Father at any time. So who was that? That was Christ that Moses was dealing with. Thank you, Amaziah. I appreciate that little bomb you gave me. Give me John 6:46.
John chapter 6, verse 46. Not that any man have seen the Father, save he which is of God, he hath seen the Father.
So what is Christ saying? He said, the only one that's seen the Father is me. Nobody else. No, Moses did not see the Father. Christ said, I'm the only one who have seen the Father. Whoa, that's some heavy stuff right there. I can't get a bomb or nothing. Oh, thanks, Amaziah. I appreciate that. Give me Colossians chapter 1 and 12.
Colossians chapter 1 and verse 12.
Wait. Let me find Colossians, please. Ah, Lord, help me. Help me. Go ahead. Got it.
Giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light.
In light. Giving inheritance of the saints in light. Go ahead.
Who have delivered us from the power of darkness.
Who have delivered us from the power of darkness. That's true. Remember that Job 11:6. The scriptures are written double to that which is. Go ahead.
And have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son.
Come on.
In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Who is the image of the invisible God,
Christ is the image of the invisible God. Go ahead.
the firstborn of every creature.
So that goes back to when he said, I'm Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning. Christ is the firstborn of everything. Go ahead.
For by him were all things created.
Now he explains it. For by him, Christ, were all things created. That goes with John chapter 1. Go ahead.
That are in heaven and that are in earth.
And that are in earth. Go ahead.
Visible and invisible.
Visible and invisible. He made the angels too. Go ahead.
Whether they be thrones.
Whether they be thrones.
Or dominions.
Or dominions.
Or principalities.
Or principalities.
Or powers.
Or powers.
All things were created by him and for him.
Everything was created by Christ and for him. Go ahead.
And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body.
Christ is the head of the body.
The church.
That's Israel. Now, give me that precept, Yuri. In Acts 7, is it 46 about the church that was in the wilderness, that one. Because a Christian will pull that on you, go, see, the church. We Baptists, we Mormons. No, they ain't talk about that. You know what I'm wanting, Yuri?
Yes, sir.
Where we going? Acts 7 what?
Verse 38.
38, thank you.
You can start at verse 37.
Okay, start there.
Acts chapter 7, verse 37. This is that Moses, which said unto the children of Israel, a prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you,
referring to Christ,
of your brethren, like unto me,
that's Moses. Go ahead.
Him shall ye hear.
Him shall you hear. That's Christ. Him, you got to hear him. Go ahead.
This is he that was in the church in the wilderness.
So the church in the wilderness is the children of Israel. The church in the wilderness, the church in the Bible is the children of Israel. It is not no damn Baptist. It is not no Pentecostals. It is not no Jehovah Witness. It is not no Seventh-day damn Adventists. Y'all excuse my French. Come on back to Colossians chapter 1 and verse 18.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell.
So it pleased the Father to make Christ the head of everything. He's the leader. He's the chief cornerstone. He's the commander and chief. Everybody understand that? Now let's go on back to Genesis chapter 1. Now we went all of that. Now we know what's happening here a little bit. Give me verse 5 again.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
Remember the scripture called Christ the day star. Y'all remember that, right? Some of you already forgot it. Go ahead.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
And the evening and the morning were the first day. Now, let's go on back, because I know some of us forgot. Going back to 2nd Ezra 6 and 38. I know some of us forgot. So I'm just going to 6. Let me look. Let's read 38 to 40.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 38. And I said, O Lord, thou spakest from the beginning of the creation, even the first day, and said thus, let heaven and earth be made.
That's what we read in Genesis 1 and 1.
And thy word was a perfect work. And then was the spirit, and darkness, and silence were on every side. The sound of man's voice was not yet formed.
No man was formed yet. Go ahead.
Then commandest thou a fair light to come forth of thy treasures.
Who was that fair light, brothers? Read.
That thy work might appear.
Now let's go back to Genesis chapter 1. And we're going to read 6 through 8.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
Now, you might be confused because it says waters there. That word waters translates to elements. That's what it's talking about. Alicia, can you put that on the screen? When it talks about the firmament, it's talking about the clouds that separate the earth's atmosphere from space. Read that again, Yuri.
And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
Let it divide the elements of space from the elements of our atmosphere. That's all it's saying. Go ahead.
And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament.
That's our heaven right here. Go ahead.
From the waters which were above the firmament.
That's space.
And it was so.
And it was so.
And God called the firmament heaven.
God called the firmament heaven.
And the evening and the morning were the second day.
Now give me 2 Ezra 6:41.
Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 41. Upon the second day thou madest the spirit of the firmament, and commandest it to part asunder, and to make a division betwixt the waters, that the one part might go up.
That's space.
And the other remaineth beneath.
That's our atmosphere, what we're breathing now. Let's go back to Genesis now. Alicia, did you put all those pictures up of the firmament? Okay, because I wasn't looking. Back to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 9 now, right? That's
Yes,
where
sir.
you're at, Yuri?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so.
Okay, Alicia, come on. Let's dry land. The waters and the dry land. Go ahead, put it up on the screen so we can see some visuals. Give me the next one. I don't like that one, but I like this one. Zoom in. Can we zoom in? Thank you. Give me the next one. Let me see the next one. Where's the water? Yep, put that on. I like that. That's good. Give me the next one. Okay. You got some dry grass patches, but you're all right, Alicia. Come on. Give me the next one. Go ahead. All right, give me the next one. Go ahead, blow it up. Give me the next one. Okay, go ahead. Give me the next one. Okay. Did you get some waters, Alicia? Because we just read about waters. I didn't see any. Yes, can we put the waters? Yes. Okay, yes, put it on the screen. Yes, the waters. What, Yuri, what verse were you at? Read verse. What verse you at again, Yuri?
We just read verse 9.
Okay, go ahead.
And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth.
So God called the dry land earth. Alicia, can we show the earth now? Alicia? We have a picture of earth. Alicia, can we have a picture of the earth? Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, y'all don't know what I go through up here. I know I sound mean. People, he's mean. A woman did a video, cursed me out because I'm yelling at IT. A whole 45-minute video cursing me out. You're Alicia? So I'm USA, I'm doing Bad Boys. USA. Can we show another picture of the earth? Okay. Thank you. That's nice. That's nice. See, I'm talking nice. Go ahead. Is there another one? Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Very nice. All right. Yuri, can we read that verse again?
Yes, sir. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good.
Read.
And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind.
Do we have any pictures of, I know I sent some. Go ahead. Keep going.
After his kind.
No, wait, right there. Can you put that on the screen? That's some nice stuff right there. See how nice that is? It's how pleasant. Any more, Officer Alicia? Okay. Yeah, that's nice too. I like that. See that? That's some nice stuff right there. It's very beautiful. Beautiful. Any more, Alicia? Was that it? That's a desert. We don't want a desert. Okay. Yuri? Okay, that's very pretty. I don't like that one because the sun wasn't made yet. I like that one. Any more? Okay, that's very nice. I got to talk like this so people don't think I'm being mean. See that? Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Yuri, where we at?
Verse 11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind.
We have any fruit trees, Alicia? If we don't, it's okay. It's all right. Do we have any? Okay, we don't have any fruit trees. All right. Yuri, where we at?
Whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so.
Read.
Verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day.
What I forgot to mention that I want you to pay very close attention to. Notice every day it says the evening first, the evening and the morning, because that's how God's days go. It starts in the evening. Esau turned everything upside down. They said the day starts at midnight, right? Midnight, middle of the evening. So all that's wrong. That's why when you go to Yuri, give me Psalm about prayer, Psalms 55:17. This is why when in the Bible it talks about praying 3 times a day.
Psalms chapter 55, verse 17. Evening and morning, and at noon will I pray.
Y'all see that? It starts with evening first. Starts with evening first. So let's go on back, Yuri. Where we at now? You read the third day, right? You read the third day. Give me 2nd Ezra 6:42.
2nd Ezra.
Thank you for the fruit trees, Alicia. Thank you. Thank you so much.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 42. Upon the third day, thou didst command that the waters should be gathered in the 7th part of the earth. 6 parts hast thou dried up and kept them, to the intent that of these some being planted of God and tilled might serve thee.
Read.
For as soon as thy word went forth, the work was made. For immediately there was great and innumerable fruit.
Okay, Alicia, do we have any fruit? Oh, yeah. Thank you. You can just put the whole thing on the screen. Put the whole thing on the screen. It's fine. Or pick a picture if you like. Pick the one with multitudes. Yeah, that's good. No, I don't want the building in the back. Yeah. Get me. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. That's fine. Ooh, that's very good. Very good. That's very good. Okay, put it on the screen. Is there another one, Alicia, that we could look at that's more red? I do like that, but I would like one more red. You know, yeah, like one of those. Yeah. Pick one of those. Okay, that's good. You put on. Alicia, Yuri, can you read that verse again?
Yes, sir. For immediately there was great and innumerable fruit, and many and diverse pleasures for the taste, and flowers of unchangeable color, and odors of wonderful smell. And this was done the third day.
So that was the third day, brothers and sisters, the third day. So now, what we're going to do, let's go back to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14. Now we're on day 4.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made 2 great lights.
And God made two great lights. Alicia, can we take a look at the 2 lights? That's 1 light, Alicia. There's pictures with the 2 lights. Right, okay, right there's good. Let's put that on the screen. And God made 2 great lights. Read that again, Alicia. Yuri.
And God made 2 great lights.
Is there another picture of the 2 great lights? Yes. Put that on the screen. Very good. He made 2 great lights. Read.
The greater light to rule the day.
Now, can you read, Alicia? Can you get the greater light that rules the day? What's that black thing? Can you find me one without a black spot? Okay, that's fine. There you go right there. You cooking with gas. Ooh-sa. Yuri, where are we at?
Verse 16.
Read it again.
And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
Can we get the lesser light to rule the, yes. Lesser light to rule the night. Go ahead.
He made the stars also.
And he made the stars also. So now, what I want to point out with that is that, thank you. That's very good. Leave it right there. When God first made the moon, I got to keep stressing this. Some people believe that God made a quarter moon or a half a moon. It said he made two, what's the terms, brothers? Great lights. Great. A quarter of a moon is not a great light. Half a moon is not a great light. It's talking about the full moon. That's the new moon. Okay. Thank you. Back in verse 14, Yuri.
Verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Now get that in Sirach 43, I believe it is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43 and verse, you want the?
I want the moon.
The moon, yes, sir. Verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
Mm-hmm.
From the moon is the sign of feast.
From the moon is the sign of feast. Go ahead.
A light that decreases.
A light that, you go put on the screen. A light that decreases. So it starts off as a great light, then it decreases. Go ahead.
A light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully.
Now, then it says increasing, because you see, where we got it should be, then we got to do our own, I see there. But you see, you got full, right? But that's the full one is really the new moon. So you notice it decreases to that dark moon that says new. Then Yuri, what's the next part said?
Increasing wonderfully in her changing.
Now, then it increases back to the original stage of that great light. Everybody see that? Read.
Being an instrument of the armies above.
Meaning the angels in heaven.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
All right. Let's go on back to Genesis, shall we? Let's go back to Genesis. Now we're on day 5. Genesis chapter 1 and 20.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 20.
Elisha, you okay? You okay over there? I see you wiping sweat. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Genesis 1 and 20.
And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
What a lot of people don't realize, birds were formed in the waters. Birds were formed in the waters. Can you put that up? Put it on the screen. So from the earth beneath, this what we call sand at the bottom, that's when the Lord formed all the sea mammals, including birds. Read it again, Yuri.
Verse 20, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
Okay. Elisha, got any more birds in the waters? Okay. Birds in the waters. Go ahead. If you notice, birds got like hollow bones. Very brittle, hollow bones. Okay. Was there more, Elisha? Read on, Yuri.
And God created great whales.
And God created great whales. Now, we want to pause there. Elisha, can you give me the etymology of the term? Yes. Now, when you go to the Blue Letter Bible, y'all see can you zoom in? You see verse 21, and God created great whales, right? Now, if you go to the Blue Letter Bible, all you have to do is click the 21 there. And when you click the 21, go to the next one, Elisha. Zoom into the top, zoom into the top, zoom into the top. Genesis 1:21. And God created great whales. And it gives you an understanding on what it means by whales. Lift it. Okay. Now, you see right there, it says whales. I circled it for you. I made it easy. Okay. That's the word for whales there. Go to the next one now. Let's zoom in. Let's look at whales. Great whales. Read that.
Great whales, those vast sea monsters known by that name, though elsewhere this word be applied to great dragons of the earth.
The word whales there is translated dragons. Give me the next one. Raise it up. So when you look up this word, read that, Yuri. That's what whales translates to.
Dragon, serpent, sea monster, dragon or dinosaur, sea or river monster, serpent, venomous snake.
That's what the word whales translates to. So now when we go back to Genesis chapter 1.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 21. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth.
So not yet. Yep, you could put that on the screen, that one right there. Okay, you put it on the screen. Is there any more fish? Let's see what was made. We saw the birds. Now give me, Alicia, come on, roll with me. Come on, give me some more. I need the fish. Yeah, come on, put it on the screen. Thank you. These are different types of fish. You got your great white shark in the center there. Okay, you see some with fins and scales, some with fins and no scales. Shark has fins but no scales. Unclean. Is there any more, Alicia? Go ahead. This is everybody's favorite. The orca. There's arguments whether or not they call it killer whale, but they say it's more closely related in the dolphin family. Okay. Is there any more, Alicia? Okay, this is a fish with fins and scales. These are clean foods that we can eat. Okay. It has fins and scales. Okay. Yuri, what verse did you read down to?
We're still in verse 21.
You stopped at verse 21?
Yes, sir, we're still in it.
Okay, go ahead.
And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind.
Those are the birds. Go ahead.
And God saw that it was good. Mm-hmm. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in
the seas,
and let fowl multiply in the earth.
And let the birds multiply in the earth. Now from there, let's go to 2nd Esdras. Chapter 6. What verse we going to, Yuri?
Verse 47.
That's where it starts?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Upon the 5th day, thou settest unto the 7th part.
Remember, we're talking about the 5th day. Read.
Where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures.
That it should bring forth living creatures.
Fowls and fishes.
See that? Birds and fishes. Go ahead.
And so it came to pass. For the dumb water and without life brought forth living things.
It says dumb water because the water itself doesn't have any intelligence. That's why it's saying dumb water. Go ahead.
Brought forth living things at the commandment of God, that all people might praise thy wondrous works.
Here it comes.
Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan.
So Enoch and Leviathan, anybody got a little number next to Enoch in their Bible? I got one, but I want to see if y'all got one. What does it say? Which is behemoth, right. Behemoth is another word for dinosaur, so write that down. Read again, verse 49.
Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one thou calledest Enoch, and the other Leviathan, and didst separate the one from the other, for the 7th part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both.
So the behemoth, which is Enoch, and Leviathan could not stay together. God said, I got to separate these 2 beasts. Go ahead.
Unto Enoch thou gavest 1 part, which was dried up the 3rd day, that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills.
So now we're going to talk about Enoch. Give me Job chapter 40. And we're going to start at verse 15. Job chapter 40. Job explains.
Job chapter 40.
Wait. Can I get it first? Thank you. Job chapter 40. And we are at verse 15. Come on.
Job chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold now, behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox.
So now, Some of y'all might have a little number in your Bible next to behemoth there. What does it say? Elephant. We're going to see if this is an elephant. Let's just read down. Go ahead.
Lo, now his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moves his tail like a cedar.
He moves his tail like a tree. His tail is like a cedar tree. Hey, Alicia, do me a favor. Can you find me an elephant's tail? I've seen elephants. I've been to the circus, rode on the elephants. I've seen their tails. Yes. Yep. Any one of those. Come on, any day now. Very good. Okay, that's the elephant's tail. That's not a cedar tree. Now, Alicia, can you find me a cedar tree? Because maybe, I know some of y'all from the city, you don't know what's a cedar. C-E-D-E-R tree. Images.
Hey, brothers, that's what I told you about those notes. You see this class? This class make you think from what Esau taught us. Different. This class, that's why this class is heavy. That's a heavy class right there. I know some of you is going to go over your heads, but you got to go over it again and again. And how you go over it? By your notes. I'm telling you, this to make you think different. Now you're like, now, when Bishop bring this out, you got to think what? Damn, Esau been lying to me. I was lying to. Now you got to learn different.
Alicia, is that a cedar tree? Okay, put it on the screen. Well, that's a cedar tree. That's way bigger than an elephant's tail. Would you say so? All right. So read it again, Yuri. And Alicia, give me the original image.
He moveth his tail like a cedar.
He moveth his tail like a cedar. Alicia? Yes. Put it on the screen. Keep it there. Read on.
The sinews of his stones are wrapped together.
Uh-huh.
His bones are as strong pieces of brass.
Mm-hmm.
His bones are like bars of iron.
This is talking about Behemoth. Enoch, go ahead.
He is the chief of the ways of God.
He is the chief of the ways of God. I mean, he's the largest. He's the greatest in the ways of God. Go ahead.
He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him.
Come on.
Surely the mountains bring him forth food.
He's so big, the mountains bring him food. That's where he gets his food. Go ahead.
Where all the beasts of the field play.
Where all the beasts of the field play. Now, we didn't even get to the beasts being created yet. Go ahead.
He lieth under the shady trees, in the covert of the reed and fens.
Read.
The shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river and hasteth not. He trusteth, and he can draw up Jordan into his mouth.
He said, I could drink the river up. This ain't no elephant. Go ahead.
He taketh it with his eyes. His nose pierceth through snares.
Meaning you can't trap him. This ain't no Jurassic Park where you're going to throw a net on him. No. God said it's not that. He's not that kind of a creature that I made. Now, from there, Alicia, did you put all the images of Behemoth up? Can I see him? Because I didn't look. Let me look. I got a fact check. Come on. Okay, I saw that one. Put it on the screen. You put it on the screen. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, there was another one. Oh, no, there was another one. There was another one. You messed me up, Elisha, but it's all right. Let's go to Job 41. Let's go to Job 41.
Verse 1, sir?
Yes, verse 1.
Job chapter 41, verse 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook?
Now let's talk about Leviathan. Anybody got a little number there? Yeah, you could have put that one back. You put that up. Put that up. Okay, that's Job 40. That's Job 40. Okay, take it off the screen so we don't get confused. All right, who got a little number in their Bible? You got one? What does it say? Whale. So showing you the translation. Leviathan is translated as whale. Let's read and see if Leviathan is a whale. Go ahead.
Canst thou draw out Leviathan with the hook, or his tongue with the cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook through his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee?
You know how white man put lions in a circus and an elephant in a circus? God is saying, can you play with Leviathan like that? Can you put a hook in his nose and drag him around, make him do what you want to do? Make him jump through hoops, maybe? Let's read on.
Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever?
Will you take him as a pet forever? Go ahead.
Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thy hand upon him. Remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him?
He said, the way Leviathan look, you're going to give up the ghost as soon as you see him. He's not the kind of a creature you could just look at and go, oh, pretty, look, let's play, let's feed the animals. He said he's not that type of a creature. Go ahead.
None is so fierce that dares stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Mm-hmm. Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine.
Come on.
I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportions.
Because his proportions is huge. Go ahead.
Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle?
You're going to put a bridle on him like a pony? Go ahead.
Who can open the doors of his face? Mm-hmm. His teeth are terrible round about.
Does an elephant have teeth that is terrible? No, not at all. Go ahead.
His scales are
What about a whale? What about a whale? No. Go ahead.
His scales are his pride.
His scales are his pride. Go ahead.
Shut up together as with a close seal.
Uh-huh.
One is so near to another.
His scales are so near to another
that no air can come between them.
This ain't a whale. This ain't an elephant. This ain't a crocodile. The hell is this? Go ahead.
They are joined one to another. They stick together.
You can put it on the screen, Alicia. I'm sorry. You just put it on the screen. There you go. These are not these. Nobody has lived that saw Leviathan. So we have to go by the artist's renditions. Go ahead.
They are joined one to another. They stick together.
Talking about the scales. Go ahead.
That they cannot be sundered. Mm-hmm. By his neesings, a light doeth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning.
Bright. Go ahead.
Out of his mouth go burning lamps.
Uh-oh.
And sparks of fire leap out.
This sounds familiar. You know where they got Godzilla from? They got it from here. Go ahead.
Out of his nostrils.
Go ahead.
Out of his nostrils goeth forth. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot of cauldron. His breath kindleth coals.
Now I want y'all to peep this. Just listen to what I'm about to say. In the Bible, it said Jonah was swallowed by a whale. That wasn't no little blue whale or orca. It's talking about Leviathan. Everybody understand that? That's what it's talking about. Come on.
Verse 21. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth.
Damn. Come on.
In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved.
You can't move his scales. Go ahead.
His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone.
So imagine you trying to pierce, not only can you not get through his scales, you cannot pierce the heart, God says. Go ahead.
When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid.
You see that?
By reason of breakings, they purify themselves. Mm-hmm. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold. The spear, the dart, nor the habergeon. Mm-hmm. He esteemeth iron.
The habergeon is a breastplate. Go ahead.
He esteemeth iron as straw.
He said iron in front of Leviathan's like straw. Damn. Go ahead.
And brass as rotten wood.
So you ain't building no cage for him. Go ahead.
The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp-pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot.
Damn.
He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride.
So that's some stuff right there. Let's go on.
Bishop, there's some pictures in the telegram that Joel wanted to show concerning Jonah being swallowed up by the whale, by a big fish,
Oh, yeah.
Leviathan.
Mm-hmm. Read that.
The semicircle compartments at the ends of the arms of the cross, called lunettes, to the Old Testament story of Jonah and the sea monster, Jonah 1 and 2, in which God caused Jonah to be thrown overboard in a storm, swallowed by a monster, and repentant and unscathed 3 days later.
So what I want y'all to see is that our ancestors in the past knew it was a sea monster. They never said it was a little whale or a shark. They said it was a sea monster that swallowed Jonah. Okay, was there any more? Yep, that's the drawing right there. Go ahead. Next one. Okay. All right. Go. So Yuri, where are we at now?
You want to go back to Genesis?
I want to go back to, yeah, and Jonah's black, by the way. Let's go on back to 2nd Ezra 6. 2nd Ezra 6.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 51. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist.
That's the water. Go ahead.
And hast kept him to be devoured, of whom thou wilt and when.
So God preserves Leviathan. He says, your purpose is to kill. I want you, when people, hey, put them pictures back up on the screen with the ships that disappear in the Bermuda Triangle and all of that. Elisha, not that one, Elisha. Yeah, like that. Put that on the screen. You ain't messing with that. Not at all. Give me some more. You ain't even running. You ain't go. That's not. Come on, Alicia. You see, as soon as you see that, the spirit's gone. That's how Jonah. Something that size is how Jonah was able to survive inside the belly and not die, because it's huge. Any more, Alicia? Alicia, is there any more? Okay. Right. Was there any more? Okay, very good. I like that one. That's a good one right there. You're going to give up the ghost on them things. I know I would. Shoot. There we go. There we go. So all your little Hollywood movies, they get it from the Word of God. They know what's going on. They read the scriptures. Okay. All right, so Yuri, where are we at now? We're back. We're on day 6. You put it on the screen. You can put that on the screen, Alicia. You put it on the screen. That's a good one, though. I like that. Yeah, Jonah and the whale. I like that. Alicia, Yuri, where we at now?
Verse 24.
Oh, we're in Genesis? Genesis 1:24. Thank you. I'm losing it. Genesis chapter 1, verse 24. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 24. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind.
So what I want you to notice, it says he brought forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, creeping things, and beast of the earth. 3 different things. Cattle, creeping things, and beasts of the earth. Read.
After his kind. And it was so.
Come on.
And God made the beast of the earth after his kind.
The beast. Alicia, can we look at some beasts of the earth? Beasts. That's not a beast. Nope. Beast. Nope. Well, Yes, go back. Was that the first one, Elisha? Okay, this is an example of beasts of the earth. These are wild boars, different types. Now remember, the Lord made species of these creatures. Click the next one. Next one. This falls under the beast category. Okay, the grizzly. Okay, and it's different species of grizzly. You got polar bears fall in that family. Black bears fall in that family. Kodak bears fall in that family. So don't think it was just one boy bear and one girl bear. He made different species. Go ahead. The lions fall in the beast family. Give me the next one. Tigers fall in the beast family. Now, these are just examples that we're showing you. Was there more, Elisha? Hippopotamus fall in that beast family. Them things will kill you. You know, a hippopotamus will kill you. You see the teeth on them things? They said that the way they bite down, man, they bite you in half. They said when a lion if a lion can't fight nothing, it goes after one of them, a hippo will kill a lion, bite it, and carry it away. Give me the next one. A rhinoceros falls under the beast family. Okay. Give me the next one. Elephants fall in the beast family. That's why I said there's a difference between behemoth and an elephant. Okay. Was there more, Alicia? Okay. Read again, Yuri.
And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind.
Now we're going to look at some cattle, Alicia. Let's take a look at some cattle. Can we look? Can we take a look at some cattle? Here we go. These are cattle. Okay. Let's get the next one. Next one, Alicia. Not me. Thank you. These are more in the cattle family. Give me some more. Zoom in. These are more in the cattle family. Give me some more. Zoom in. Gazelles fall in the cattle family. Is it either gazelle or ibex? I forgot. Whoever knows, y'all know. I don't know. Next one. Okay, this falls in the cattle family. And these are all clean that we can eat. Next. Mountain sheep, mountain goats fall in the cattle family. Next. Okay, next. The rams fall in the cattle family. Next. That was it. Yuri, read it again, Yuri.
Yes, sir. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind.
And every creeping thing, Elisha, every creeping thing. Let's put that up. Every creeping thing. That includes beetles, butterflies, mantis. Was there more, Elisha? These are just different types that fall under creeping things. Creeping things. Yes, sir. What do you got for Leviathan? You got a video? Is it what kind of video? Okay. You're going to show us something on Leviathan. Okay, let's take a look. Don't mess me up now. I'm trusting you. Go ahead. Where we going? Oh, that's the Clash of the Titans, I think it was. The Kraken. Now don't get us zapped. You're gonna get us a strike. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Joel, whoever sent that. A little very interesting. Elisha. Oh God, yeah. Elisha. No, I didn't mean play. Ooh, Lordy. No! Just give me that thing. And I got a bomb. Alicia, I'm gonna post something. I'm gonna post if I could just find it regarding. This is good info. Let me know if you got it. It's buffering sent. You said it has a red underline in it? Put it on the screen real quick. Now, this goes back to 10 minutes ago with Leviathan. I appreciate, brothers, y'all sending it to me late. Thank you, Captain Joel, Bishop Kanai, appreciate y'all. Can you put that on the screen, Alicia? Yeah, put that. And Yuri, can you read that?
Yes, sir. We have many maps.
Yeah, wait till we see it. Okay, now we see it.
Yes, sir. We have many maps of the Bermuda.
Where are you reading?
I just started.
I'm the proprietor.
I am the proprietor here, Cricket said. Her mouth was tight, which meant she was mad. I can help you. We have many maps of the Bermuda Triangle where sea serpents are rumored to live.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bishop Kanai, Captain Joel. I appreciate you. Where are we at, Yuri?
We have verse 25.
We're in Genesis 1?
Verse 25.
Okay. Read 25 again.
And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
Okay, now give me 2nd Ezra 6:53. 2nd Ezra 6:53.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 53. Upon the 6th day thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth
Wait.
peace.
Did we finish? Go back to Genesis. I'm missing something. Genesis 1. I just missed something. And we were in verse. What verse was that, Yuri?
We read 25.
We read 25.
Yes, sir.
We didn't read 26. That's
No,
what
sir.
I was missing.
Read verse 26.
Yes, please.
Verse 26.
This is the 6th day. Go ahead.
And God said, let us.
So wait. So let's be clear. On the 6th day, the Lord created beasts, cattle, and creeping things thus far, right, brothers? Now on the same day, the 6th day, verse 26, go ahead.
And God said, let us make man in our image.
So what you got to notice, God said, what's the key word, brothers? Us. We'll read again, Yuri.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Read.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them.
So now notice it says male and female created he them. That's given in Genesis 2. God breaks it down more detailed. Go ahead, read on.
And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth.
Replenish it with man. Go ahead.
And subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Read.
And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
So our diet in the beginning was fruits, vegetables. Everybody understand that? We did not have meat in our diet in the beginning. Read.
And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so.
So what did lions and tigers and bears eat? Same thing. The vegetables, the fruits, the vegetation. They had the same diet as we. Now, give me, is it Isaiah 11? Isaiah 11, I think. I didn't write it down. It just popped in my head. Yuri, work with me. Come on, Yuri. You know what I want? Gotcha. Isaiah 11 and 7. 11 and 6. Watch this about the kingdom.
Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 6. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them.
See that? Go ahead.
And the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
Y'all see that? The lion shall eat straw like the ox. What verse was that?
Verse 7.
Go ahead.
And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den.
Meaning a poisonous snake. Go ahead.
They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
Now go to Isaiah 65:25.
Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 25. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord.
So everything's going back to the way it was. Now we know in this kingdom we're going to celebrate Passover. We understand that. Okay, so now back to Genesis chapter, nope, I want 2nd Ezra 6. 2nd Ezra 6 coincides, 653 coincides with what we read in Genesis.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 53.
Mm-hmm.
Upon the 6th day, thou
What day,
gavest,
brothers? 6th day. Go ahead.
thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things.
Elisha, can you show us some real quick? Beasts, cattle, and creeping. Y'all can put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. All right, that's cattle. Let's show us some beasts, please. Can you show us some beasts? Clip through them. Come on, Elisha. Come on. That's cattle. Come on, man. Come on. Cattle. Can we beat? Come on. Beast. Okay, give me some more beasts. Give me some more beasts. Yep, give me some more. Come on. Yep, beasts. Good. Come on, Elisha. You got it. You got it. Come on, give me some more beasts. You all right there. Come on now. Give me some more. You right. You going. You cooking with gas now. All right. So Ezra is saying the same thing that Genesis is saying. Okay, let's go on back now. Ezra.
Verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Okay, Elisha, can you find me? Yes. Put it on the screen. Read again, Yuri.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So we all come from Adam and the people whom thou hast chosen. Give me some. Come on, Elisha. Very good. Do we have an animated one somewhere? Come on, help me out here. Oh, you didn't show none of those. I don't want the woman yet. No. Can we go back? I want to see the. Come. You didn't show none of those. Elisha, come on, man. Oh, Lord in heaven, have mercy. Ooh, sa. Okay. You're slow. Now, you went to the beginning of that? Because I like these pictures. This is the creation of Adam. That's what I'm talking about. That's a mighty man right there. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's some bad stuff right there. And you got some more, Elisha? Yeah, I like that one too. That's good. Was that it, Elisha? Oh, give me that one. Oh, yeah, that one right there. Yeah. Thank you. But I ain't see. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Yuri, come on with the reading. Read that part again.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all.
That's all we want right there. You have him come. Of him come we all. You see that, sisters? Sisters, do y'all see that? Man was first. Don't you forget it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Right. That's what I'm talking about right there. Hey. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Right? Hey, Yuri. You know what I want just for giggles? 1 Corinthians 7. You know what I want, Yuri? It might be 1 Corinthians 11. I want 11. You know what? No. You know what I want about Adam? No, I want Adam. Let me look for it. Y'all messing me up. Elisha, can you put it back on the screen? You ain't got to look at me. Come on. Yuri, you messing me up now.
I got you, Bishop.
You got me? You know what I want?
1 Timothy chapter 2.
No. 1 Corinthians 11. See, Yuri, that
3.
tells me something about you. Verse 8. Verse 8. Keep Adam on the screen. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman.
See that? Man did not come from the woman. Go ahead.
But the woman of the man.
Elisha, can you put the next picture up, please? The woman. Come on, Elisha. Elisha, the woman. Right there. Zoom in. Read again, Yuri.
For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
The woman came from the man. Let's not get it twisted now. There you go. That's some good stuff right there. Read on. Read.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
Neither was the man created for the woman. Brothers, I know it's twisted in your mind. You think you was made to serve her. That's not why you was made. Read it again.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
Read.
But the woman for the man.
She was created to serve you. That was her purpose. Anything other than that is of the devil. Yeah, why only half the room said right? And only half the brothers said right. Well, you got some Simpson here in Riverdale? Hey, brothers, the man was not made for the woman. The woman was made for the man. Let's not get it twisted. There you go right there. But I know right now there's a woman going, why don't you read the next verse? We don't want to read the next verse. No, let's read the next verse. I'm joking. Read the next verse.
Verse 10. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels.
Meaning cover your head because of the leadership, the messengers of God. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman.
Now, this is a mess for all you homo brothers. I don't know if they up in here, but I know Atlanta is the hub. Or is it Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, Bishop. Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely Oklahoma, Bishop. Definitely.
Okay, Amaziah said it's Oklahoma. Read that again, Yuri.
Shout out to Deacon.
Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord.
So we need one another. All right, then. So now, where we at? Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Oh, no, 2nd Ezra, Genesis chapter 3. I'm sorry. Y'all got to excuse me. My mind just went blank for a second. Genesis 3, real quick, and verse 20. I'm just getting to the point.
Genesis chapter 3 and verse 20. And Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living.
So, brothers, I want y'all to listen. Eve, that name means, Chava, which is living, or some translations say farm. It says she was the mother of all living. Everybody living came from Adam and Eve. The reason I went here, because now when we go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 6.
Verse 54. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Can we put some pictures of the people whom thou hast chosen? The people whom thou... Put the Adam and Eve on the screen first. Go back. Yep, zoom in. Yep, that's an old picture from the Varney Church in Romania where Andrew Tate got arrested. Y'all don't like Andrew Tate? I love Andrew Tate. I pray you repent, though. But anyway, in Romania, there's a church that was built by our ancestors with Adam and Eve. Black man, black woman. So now, Yuri, that bottom part again, and?
Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Can we put some pictures up on the screen and let's click through them? Yes. So the people that God has chosen is who, brothers? Israel. That's right. So this is an example of the people that God has chosen right here. Don't get it twisted. ADL, SPLC, don't get it twisted. We are the people that God has chosen. Okay? There you go, right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Come on, y'all. Don't mess with us. Don't mess with us. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's Deacon Asaph's daughter right there, and her husband Ira right there. All praises. Shout out to them. All praise. I love that picture right there too. Was that Elisha? Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that one too. Don't mess with us. Shoot. Yes, sir. Talking to Mike.
Oh, all the husbands of one wife, right?
That's right.
So wait a minute. There was no. I didn't see a depiction of another woman on the side of Adam. So that Lilith stuff is BS.
That's right. Exactly. All that Lilith stuff is garbage. And furthermore, hey, Yuri, get me Matthew 19. This is going to deal with Lilith. You know, because some books say Adam had a first wife named Lilith, and then he divorced her and got Eve. Well, let's see. Let's see what the Son of God said. Let's see what the Alpha said. Hey, everybody talking about they're alpha male. If you're an alpha male, you better follow Christ. Come on, Matthew 19. Don't mess with us.
Matthew chapter 19.
You know what I want you? Just let's get to the point.
Verse 4.
Adam. Where's Adam at? Let's start at 4.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Adam and Eve, go ahead.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife.
So based on the creation, we got to now leave our father and mother and cleave to our wife. Go ahead.
And they twain shall be one flesh.
Come on.
Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder.
Now watch this. Read.
Then say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
Read.
He saith unto them.
Now it's divorce. Question is divorce. Watch this.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives.
Now here's the answer to Lilith and Eve. Watch this.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
In the beginning, there was no divorce. It's impossible for Adam to have a first wife called Lilith, divorce her, and then take Eve. Christ said in the beginning, there's no divorce. Everybody understand that? Some of y'all are confused. Look, huh? What? Huh? Maybe they don't know about the Lilith story, that bull crap. So, Yuri, let's go back now to 2 Ezra 6. And what verse were we at?
We just read 54.
Okay.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Elisha, can you put a picture of the world up? Elisha, can you put a picture of the world up? Oh, wait a minute. I saw Adam. What the hell? You ain't even putting everything we got up on the screen. You giving me a New York state of mind. Come on, bruh. Yeah, put that on the screen big, please. He gonna just zip by it. With the volume. Go back to the beginning.
I am God of this earth. I was fashioned from the dust of the ground by the Lord's hand. He himself has made me Lord of all creatures. I am God of this earth. I am to bring the entire earth under subjection. I am man. I am Adam.
Yo, that's
Bishop,
bad. That's bad.
Can
I get a bomb?
Yes,
Can we get a bomb?
Yes. Bishop, can we read 1 Corinthians 11 and 7? Can we start at 7?
Yes.
Yeah, bring that out for Bishop, man.
1 Corinthians chapter 11
by all that.
in verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God.
Brothers, we made in the image and glory of God. You understand that? Read.
But the woman is the glory of the man.
She is not made in the image of God. She's made in the image of man. Everybody understand that? I mean, some church lady say, I'm in the image of God. Church lady, you ain't in the image of God. You in the image of man. The hell is this? Come on, Yuri. I'm not Yuri. Elisha, I went to Adam one more time. Hey, Yuri, give me Genesis 2:7. First, and then I want to think. Not that one, Elisha. I want the talking one. I want the talking one, please. I want the talking one. Yeah, not yet, Elisha, not yet. Yuri, can you please read Genesis 2:7?
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
That's right. Hey, Elisha, before you play that, can you get me the dust of the ground? Please. Please. Not yet. Right there. Zoom in. There we go, right there. I wanted that one now because his skin reflects the color of the soil. He was made from the dust of the ground. Give me the one with white folks holding the dust of the ground. See that? Two different things. Don't play yourself. Hey, Southern Poverty Law Center, don't play yourself. Canary Mission, don't play yourself. ADL, don't play yourself. Now give me the image of Adam again. Not the talking one yet. I want the moving ones, please. Elisha, please, thank you. Very good. Let's put it on the screen so everyone can see. I can talk nice. See? Talking nice. I'm happy. Come on, put it on the screen. Yes, give me the next one. Yes, give me the next one. No, not me. I want the next image. Not me. Yes, put it on the screen. Very good. No, very good. This is good stuff right here. Read again, Yuri. Read it, Yuri. Come on.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Elisha, is there another picture? Come on, Yuri.
And breathe.
Wait. Go ahead.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
That's some good stuff. Give me the next one, Elisha. Yuri, read it again.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Okay, next one, Elisha. Yeah, very good. Read it again, Yuri.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Next picture. Read it again, Yuri.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Next one, Elisha. Let's play it. We're going to play it. Start from the beginning.
I was fashioned from the dust of the ground by the Lord's hand. He himself has made me Lord of all creatures. I am God of this earth. I am to bring the entire earth under subjection. I am man. I am Adam.
Can I get a bomb? That's some good stuff right there. All praises. Okay, Elisha, Yuri, where are we at in second? We're in second Ezra again now.
Yes, sir.
54 again.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also.
Now this is what day, brothers? Sixth day. Read.
Whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also, whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Put it on the screen. So the world was made for the Israelites' sake. Everybody understand that? That's why it was made. Read on.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
Stop. Elisha, come on, man. You're messing me up now. Put it on the screen big. Put it on the screen. Read it.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
That's what God says. They ain't nothing. Now, how is this?
But
y'all guys just happen to live here. That's not your damn earth.
Exactly.
The earth belongs to us.
That's right.
It's going to be a time you're going to have to play us rent.
That's right. There you go. Read that again, Yuri. And Elisha, you can give me that. You come on. Read.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
That's what it's talking about. These nations, God says, are nothing. That's what God says. You want Bible? We giving you Bible. You scared to read this book. Read it again, Yuri.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
If you carrying a bucket of water, brothers, and a drop fall out, do you give a damn? No. That's what God says all these other nations are. Now, I know what somebody's thinking. I know what somebody's thinking. Yeah. Well, put the camera on them. Get a camera on them. That's too much. Yeah, just a drop. That's a drop. That's you don't care about that. That's what God says. That's nothing. So now I know there's a Christian right now saying, that's in the Apocrypha. We don't think it's canon. Give me Isaiah chapter 40 and 15.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold.
Says the same thing, Isaiah 40, 15. Come on, Yuri.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
Doesn't that, brother, ain't that the same thing? Go ahead.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance.
How much does dust weigh on a scale? Nothing. Go ahead.
Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn.
If they wanted to sacrifice, God said Lebanon is not enough for them to be my people. Go ahead.
Nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
If you sacrifice all the animals throughout at Lebanon, it's not enough for them to be my people, God says. Go ahead. Here come.
All nations before him are as nothing.
Can I get a bomb? All nations before God are not. It's saying the same thing as you said. Go ahead.
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
And they are counted to him less than nothing. And what?
And vanity.
And vanity, a waste of time. That's God, thus saith the Lord. Yeah, show them some dust. We're going to show y'all some dust. Here's some dust. Put on the camera. That's dust. That's dust. That is dust. That's what Bible say. That's what the Bible say. Yuri. You with me, Yuri? We're going back to 2nd Esdras. We're going back to 2nd Esdras.
2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 57 now.
We started 56 again.
Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Now I want to pause there. Y'all see that right there? These heathen, the word heathen means nations. These nations which have ever been, y'all know what the word reputed means? Reputation. They've always had a reputation as being nothing. Have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. I'm going to show you a clip. Elisha, let's show them the clip on how Amalek, Esau, manipulates the black community. That's the first one? Okay, watch this. I want y'all to pay collect. I know some of y'all don't pay attention. Just pay attention to this video. Oh, Canary Mission, you thought you was getting away. Amalek, you thought you was getting away. White man, you thought you was getting away. Nobody gets away. Zoom in. Okay, put it on the screen for us. Listen good. Play.
Scholarship program run by a conservative think tank called the Hoover Institution.
Wait, pause it. I don't know if y'all caught it. It says they have a think tank. That means a group of scholars that probably just graduated from school, Yale, for example. They sit down and discuss how to promote the Jewish community above all nations. That's what the thing. Go back to the beginning of that. Go back. Play. Volume up.
Scholarship program run by a conservative think tank called the Hoover Institution.
The whole fellowship is describing as like you guys are being like foot soldiers of the conservative movement. This is actually the first foot soldier activity that I think we're important to do. Tony, what's your connection to the conspiracy that we're all part of?
Yeah, the Israel Project.
You can't not come. Their plan is to disrupt the National Conference of Students for Justice in Palestine.
Stop, pause it. So what they want to disrupt a movement called BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanctions, which is Palestinians. The Palestinians are saying that the Israelis are treating them with apartheid in Israel. So now Amalek got students to disrupt this meeting. Now, I'm relating that to us. So I don't want y'all to think, oh, we're all just for Palestine. No. I'm showing you the same tactics they use against the Palestinians, they're using against us. Watch this. Play on.
Said that the pro-Israel protest had been poorly planned.
It's a very fly-by-the-pants procedure. It was basically just like Noah Pollock coming into the book. There are these jihadis who basically support suicide bombing, and they're at a campus, and you have to stop them.
Pause. Y'all might miss it. This is a black brother. This is a brother now. He's working for Amalek. Play on.
As we're leaving, we mentioned to our boss yesterday that we're going. She's like, oh yeah, that's mandatory. You need to go.
While they've been told they have to take part in the protest, not everyone on the bus is convinced it's good for their reputation.
Do you know what my worst nightmare is? I'm actually not kidding. It's a photo of Dion and I together. And we're just like clearly identifiable. And they're like, oh, we're these like traitors who sold out to the Jewish conspiracy for money. And I'm like, we did. We cost $50,000 plus benefits.
Did y'all hear what he said? It cost $50,000. They paid black people $50,000 to disrupt the Palestinian groups. Yeah, that's why we know all Israel is not Israel. Some of y'all in here with a big paycheck to cause confusion. That's what happened in 2018. It's the same tactics. Give me the next video. Next video, please. Right now, I want y'all to listen good to this one. Listen, now, put it on the screen. These are all secret meetings. When the Bible talks about, Yuri, is it Psalms 37:12? I can't remember. Psalms 37:4 about plots, secret meetings, something. Yuri, find me that. It's Psalms 37. What verse?
Verse 12.
Verse 12. Read it.
Psalms chapter 37 and verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
Now I want y'all to see the plots against the just. Put it on the screen. Listen good. Again, wait. You see it says fighting BDS. Now this was 4 years ago. BDS is a Palestinian group that stands for boycott, divestment, and sanctions. They want to put sanctions on Israel because they said they're mistreating the Palestinians. Like, I'll give you an example. The Palestinians will throw a rock at the Israelis. What do the Israelis shoot back with? Missiles, and kill their children and women and all that. But on the news, CBN in particular, Christian Broadcast Network, they don't show the suffering of the Palestinians. They only show you if an Israeli got hit with a rock or something like that. That's what they do. Right, and they label the Palestinians as terrorists.
It's the same thing that just happened a couple of weeks ago. Israel went into their mosque and beating them down. The news never showed that. But the news just said, oh, they attack Israel. That's not what happened. The news never said what Israel did. Go in there, kill them, kill their kids, women. They never showed that.
What holiday was it for them?
It was Ramadan.
Right.
It was Ramadan. And they went in there and destroyed them. But the news never showed that. The news just showed, oh, they shoot something to Israel. That's a lie.
Exactly. So now I want to show y'all how they use black people to disrupt organizations. Elisha, come on.
What's the model for the BDS movement? The model is South Africa. So was that a bad thing to do?
An apartheid regime which denied equal rights to black South Africans was weakened and ultimately collapsed after a global economic and political boycott.
They're worried that the BDS movement will get to the stature that the South Africa boycott got to. So they're trying to stop it now. Imagine if the apartheid regime of de Klerk were able to have a lobby in America that it was a crime to support that boycott. Imagine that.
That Israel is turning itself into an apartheid state. It used to be the case that the word apartheid was never used with Israel.
In order to discredit the apartheid label, the lobby has launched a campaign to try to co-opt black South Africans.
Black South Africans who were apartheid activists.
Wait, pause it. Pause it. Again, this is a secret meeting. Okay? The scriptures talk about, hey, Yuri, do me a favor, because I know they don't believe. Find me the scripture. There's something to talk about secret meetings. Is it Isaiah 29? Oh, Isaiah 29:15. Watch this. Then we're going to come right back to this.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?
So now the clip I'm showing you, someone went in there undercover with a camera, a hidden camera, to record their secret counsel. Back to that part, Alicia, go back a little bit when they start talking about. A few seconds back. Alicia, can you put on the screen?
That Israel is turning itself into an apartheid state. It used to be the case that the word apartheid was never used with Israel.
In order to discredit the apartheid label, the lobby has launched a campaign to try to co-opt black South Africans.
Black South Africans who were apartheid activists, who were brought to Israel, saw the reality, came home angry at BDS. They felt lied to. They felt that someone had tried to steal their narrative.
Pause. I'm going to fill it in. What happened? Black South Africans and Palestinians, they started hashtagging one another against Israel. So what Israel did, Israel flew those black South African activists to Israel, put on a grand show. They gave them food, room, and board, parties. And black South Africans were saying, oh, there's no apartheid here. Everything's good. Then they flew them back to South Africa, and black South Africans felt that the Palestinians were lying. It's all deceit.
So, Bishop,
yes,
those Israelis, they took the black South Africans and brought them here, gave them tours, but didn't show them the Falashas getting oppressed. They didn't show them the other black people getting oppressed.
Right.
They only showed them what they wanted to show them. Sort of like what happened to y'all.
Right, exactly.
They did the same thing that happened to y'all. Mm-hmm. So y'all went to Israel, was hosted by a man, and he drove you around only certain places in Israel.
Right.
They did the same thing.
Exactly. Alicia?
This is an effective tool.
Stop. You see that? This is an effective tool. Deceit, divide them and conquer them. This is an effective tool. This is one of their secret councils. Go ahead.
Bringing these black South African former BDS activists, now Israel supporters, to American campuses.
During his volunteership, Tony learned that the Israel Project has been developing a strategy called Stop Stealing My Apartheid. The plan is to feed articles written by black South Africans into the American media, claiming that BDS has
You see that what they're
supported
pausing? They're hiring black South African journalists to write articles against Palestine. That's what they're doing. Go ahead.
their history.
If you're disgusted by segregation in this country, if you're disgusted by South African apartheid, then you should also be disgusted by Israeli apartheid.
Another workshop was addressed by Israeli diplomats from consulates in the US. Black Lives Matter had attracted particular criticism after voicing support for the BDS movement. It appears that Israel's diplomats may be trying to challenge the apartheid label by canvassing support amongst African Americans.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community.
Stop! We are the problem. The black community, the young black community is the problem. Watch how they manipulate the young black community. She's going to explain it. Go ahead.
Black Lives Matter starts there. I had last week a dinner, sit-down dinner at my house with 40 people, which are considered the leadership of the black community.
Stop! She got 40 black leaders, probably from the Christian church or one of these congressmen, flew them to her house. Who can fit 40 people in their house? So she got a huge house. She had a big dinner for them. You can't imagine. Go ahead.
Very important people. they can be part of our doing an activity.
Pro-Israel groups are trying to cultivate a new generation of black leaders that is pro-Israel by bringing them to AIPAC conferences on all expenses paid trips.
Stop! Do you hear that? All expenses paid trips. Roll out the red carpet for black people just to get black people, who dumb black people, on their side. Go ahead.
Them on delegations to Israel.
They're doing that because they're afraid of BDS and they're afraid of Black Lives Matter, which is this new struggle for black freedom.
Pause. And he's not referring to the lesbian group. You know when Jake go out there and burn stuff down, that's what he's talking about. Watch. Go ahead.
That also sees black freedom as situated in a larger context. In 2014, Israel launched a siege of Gaza. In the same summer, police in Ferguson killed Mike Brown, and Ferguson rose up. And on the news at night, there would be both the latest out of Gaza and the latest out of Ferguson. There was solidarity that was expressed online with the Ferguson uprising. There were Palestinians who took to Twitter to cheer on the rebels of Ferguson and explain how to deal with tear gas.
Israel's diplomats have responded by evoking the legacy of Martin Luther King, claiming that the campaign for Palestinian civil rights bears no resemblance to the civil rights movement in America.
Dr. Clarence B. Jones, who wrote the draft speech for Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. He was his lawyer, he was his close friend. He's somebody that I reached out to. He became a very close and personal friend.
Listen good to what this devil says.
Because of that relationship, he published 3 articles in the Huffington Post explaining why their agenda was hijacked.
He took a black dude that he knew out to dinner. The dude worked for the Huffington Post, and because of that quote-unquote little friendship, he took him to dinner. He wrote 3 articles against the Palestinians and Black Lives Matter. Go ahead. And it's a black guy. That's it.
Martin Luther King will turn in his grave if he saw the anti-Israel tendencies or policies that are starting to emerge within Black Lives Matter.
There's something on one hand laughable about it, but there's something also really insidious about this. You're using the credibility of a freedom struggle to try to oppose another freedom struggle. And I think that that's appalling.
Soon after Black Lives Matter declared support for BDS, a fundraiser at a New York nightclub was suddenly cancelled. The venue's management said it didn't approve of the movement's stance on Israel.
Wait, pause it. I hope y'all understand. Their meeting got canceled because they were against Israel. So their meeting got canceled. The guy who owns the Feinsteins 54 was Amalek. Play on.
Tony was told by his boss, Eric, that the Israel Project was behind the decision.
I don't know if you saw, but this club, ditched a Black Lives Matter event. One of our donors, we just put a call to him and then we put in the call to the police.
Wow, to shut down this Black Lives Matter event. I think it's really appalling that a system in Israel has devised incredible and comprehensive ways to have a violent regime against Palestinians, that they would also invest resources into making sure to shore up support for that oppression here.
I hope you understood what happened. So they shut down a Black Lives Matter meeting because the guy that owned the spot was Jewish. This is why we need our own spots. Y'all understand that? We going, that's why we said don't be announcing where we going, what we doing. Because these people making phone calls, shut them down. Everybody understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all do. So Lord's will next year, Lord's will life last. We got to get our own spot.
Yep.
We can't be renting no more.
Brothers, make no mistake about it. We are the new breed.
Right.
Most High God is raising up his prophet. Most High God is raising up us We are the new breed who's going to stand every evil in this earth. I know some of you are going to sell out. Some of you are afraid. Like I was telling you, the difference between them and us. Yes, they got money. They got a lot of money. I ain't going to lie to you. They got a lot of money. They got money. They got money that we don't have. But one thing we have they don't is Most High God. That's what they don't have. They don't count on that. That's why they underestimated us.
Exactly. Yuri, where we at? 2 Ezra 6, verse 57 again. Let's read it quick.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Notice Israel's called the only begotten too. Remember, Christ is called the only begotten son. So are we the only begotten, right?
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
So that was the question. 2 Ezra 3 and 6, please. 2 Ezra 3 and 6. Write this down.
2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 6. And thou leddest him
Start
into...
Start at 5. I'm sorry. Start at 5.
Verse 5. And gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
That's what we read in Genesis 2 and 7 earlier. That's the precept, right?
And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward.
So paradise was made before the earth was made. Everybody understand that? Go ahead.
And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way.
He gave Adam commandment to love his way. Go ahead.
Which he transgressed. And immediately thou appointest death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations.
Nations came from Adam. Tribes came from Adam.
People
came from Adam.
And kindreds out of number.
Watch this.
And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments.
So what was being taught from the time of Adam? The commandments. That's right, thank you. And everyone despised those commandments, okay? From there, Sirach 17, Ecclesiasticus 17.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 17 and verse 1.
Another side note, I want y'all to, because we didn't, remember Genesis, Yuri, real quick. Genesis 1:27, let me hear it.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it.
So now, quick question, brothers. Where were Adam and Eve? Were they in paradise or out of paradise? They were in paradise. Now Genesis 3, the last verse.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 24. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
Now chapter 4, verse 1. So now they kicked out of paradise. Watch this.
And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
So now, this is where we read, but remember, in chapter 1, he already told them to do what? Be fruitful and multiply, okay? But the only children recorded is when they get kicked out of paradise. Everybody understand that? Read on.
And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep. But
jump down to where he killed him. Jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
So now Cain killed Abel. Okay, so now according to church, you only got Adam, Eve, and Cain, because Abel was put to death. Everybody with me so far? But now let's jump down to 14, when God curses Cain.
Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Everyone like who? It's alluding back to chapter 1, when he told them, be fruitful and multiply. Read on.
Verse 17. Excuse me, in verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Verse 16 is what I want.
Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden.
Read 17.
And Cain knew his wife.
What? What?
And Cain knew his wife.
So we had all that goes back to chapter 1. And remember chapter 2 goes into Eve 2 and 3 when they were in paradise. But it does not record any children they had. The only children recorded is when they get kicked out. This lets us know they had what? Other children. Does everybody understand that? I hope that didn't just go over your head. You're like, ooh, I'm confused. Ecclesiastes 17 now.
Ecclesiastes chapter 17 and verse 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again.
When we die, we all go back to the earth again. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Go ahead.
He gave them few days.
He gave us few days.
And a short time.
And hey, Yuri, it just popped in my mind. Find me that scripture in Psalms about the Lord gave us 70 years.
Yes, sir.
And if by strength, he gave us 80.
Psalms chapter 90 and verse 10.
All right, let me get it. Psalms 90 and verse 10. Go ahead.
The days of our years are 80 years and 10.
80 years and 10. A score is 20. Write that down. A score is 20. 80 is 60. And 10 equals 70. Go ahead.
And if by reason of strength they be 80 years.
80 is 80 years. Go ahead.
Yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away.
All right. So he gave us 70 years. And if you got strength, 80. And if you got a little more, all praises to the Most High. So now, how many in here of you men are 35? 35. You brothers are at the halfway mark. Don't laugh. I'm almost in the ditch. It's okay. But that's how you got to look at it. You at 30, because I'm 35. You at the top of the mountain. Anything after 35 to 70 is down. It's declining. Just count your time, brothers. I'm already down there, so I'm like, well, I got a little bit more time here. Where we at now, Yuri?
Verse 2.
I didn't go this side of the room. They get very emotional, so I'll just stick on over here with y'all. I'm gonna die. We don't die, damn it, we multiply. Where we at, Yuri?
Verse 2. He gave them few days.
Start at 1 again. I'm lost.
Verse 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. He gave them few days and a short time, and power also over the things therein. He endued them with strength by themselves, and made them according to his image, and put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls.
That goes back to Genesis 1. Right?
They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord.
The use of the 5 operations of the Lord. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just writing. I'm sorry. Y'all bear with me a second. You got things in your head, you got to write notes. This is my kids. I'm sorry. All right. I'm almost there with you. Wait a minute. I just had to write this down. Okay, where we at, Yuri?
Verse 5.
All right, we in verse 5. Go ahead.
They received the use of the 5
I write things down. Yeah, I write things down. I'll be forgetting stuff. Go ahead, where we at?
Verse 5. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord.
Okay, pay close attention to this.
And in the 6th place.
And in the 6th place of the 5 operations.
He imparted them understanding.
Understanding.
And in the 7th, speech.
So write that down. Understanding he gave us and speech. Go ahead.
An interpreter of the cogitations thereof.
The word cogitation means thoughts. So understanding and speech. We got those 2, right? Brothers? Now let's get to 5. Go ahead.
Counsel.
Counsel, that deals with right and wrong in terms of God's law. Counsel.
And a tongue.
And a tongue. Go ahead. The taste. Tongue is for taste. Go ahead.
and eyes,
eyes to see,
ears
to hear,
and a heart.
That's your mind, your soul. Go ahead. So that's the 5. Those 5 with understanding and speech. So I'm gonna explain it. Counsel, tongue. I don't know if I wrote it in order. Counsel, tongue, eyes, ears, heart, understanding, and speech. Understanding was the 6th place. Speech was the 7th. So the 5 again: counsel, tongue, eyes for sight, tongue for taste, eyes for sight, ears for hearing, heart, that's your mind. Understanding is in the 6th place. Speech is the 7th. Okay, everybody with me? Only 4 people answered. So I'm going to say it again. Counsel, that's understanding God's law, right and wrong. Tongue, that's the taste. Eyes, to see. Ears, to hear. Heart, that's your mind. Understanding, that's the 6th place. And speech, that is the 7th place. So start at verse 5 again, Yuri.
Yes, sir. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord. And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding. And in the 7th, speech, an interpreter of the cogitations thereof.
Cogitations means thoughts. Go ahead.
Counsel, and a tongue, and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand. Withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and showed them good and evil.
And showed them good and evil. From there, 2nd Ezra 3 and 4. 2nd Ezra 3 and 4.
2nd Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 4.
I think we read this already, but let's just read it again.
O Lord, who bearest rule, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gave us a body.
I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to read 4 and 5. I'm going to see who picks it up. Go ahead, read it again.
O Lord, who bearest rule, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gave us a body unto Adam without soul.
Stop. Anybody notice anything? Nobody noticed nothing. Nobody noticed nothing what we just read. Look at the bottom of verse 5. Verse 4. Look at the bottom of verse 4. And commandest, read it, Yuri.
And commandedest the people.
Read.
And gave us a body unto Adam.
Stop. Wait a minute. Do y'all see that? Commandest the people, then it talks about Adam. Wait a minute, ain't that backwards? No, not necessarily. The people were where? Where were these people? In the heavens. In the heavens. Remember, he put Adam in paradise. So the people were in the heavens. Are y'all with me? I know this is a heavy class there. Everybody thought they knew Genesis. We already read that. Okay. It went overhead. Everybody, Yuri, come on, one more again from 4.
Yes, sir. O Lord, who bearest rule, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
Read.
And thou leddest him into paradise.
See, now paradise is mentioned. Leddest Adam into paradise. Go ahead.
Which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward.
Paradise was made before the earth. Go ahead.
And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way.
He gave Adam commandments. Go ahead.
Which he transgressed. And immediately thou appointest death in him and in his generations, of whom come nations.
Now it talks about nations.
Tribes, people, and kindreds, out of number.
Do y'all see that? So at the bottom of 4, it mentioned commanding the people. Then 5, it talks about Adam being created. Now we're in 7, it talks about all these people coming out of Adam. Everybody see that? Wow, read.
And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments.
They hated the commandments. Now. Ezekiel 31 and 9. Ezekiel 31. I'm going to show you a little mystery there. I'm throwing something out at you. Ezekiel 31 and 9. That's all I want, Yuri.
Ezekiel chapter 31, verse 9. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him.
Read it again, Yuri. Read it again. Read it again.
I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches.
So Adam was beautiful. Adam was great. Go ahead.
So that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him.
All the trees in the garden of God envied. Envy, is that an emotion? Do literal trees envy? No, it's talking about people. So sometimes in Genesis chapter 1, 2, and 3, you read about trees. Some trees was talking about literal trees that they could eat. Other trees was talking about what? People. Watch this. Jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. To the end that none of all the trees by the waters exalt themselves for their height, neither shoot up their top among the thick boughs, neither their trees stand up in their height, all that drink water, for they are all delivered unto death, to the nether parts of the earth, in the midst of the children of men, with them that go down to the pit.
With the midst of the children of men. Jump back in chapter 31. This is for another time. I'm just throwing out some nuggets for y'all. And start at verse. Did we read 5 here, or we started somewhere else?
We started at verse 9.
Read 5.
Verse 5. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field.
So Adam was not 6 feet tall. Adam was greater than that. Adam was not 7 feet tall. He was greater than that. Read it again.
Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his boughs were multiplied.
Meaning the people that came from him.
And his branches became long, because of the multitude of waters when he shot forth.
Remember the waters? There were 4 main rivers in Eden. Remember that? In the Garden of Eden, there were 4 rivers. Okay? So we're just going to leave that on the table for you. And we're going to move on. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. No, give me Mark 8:24. That's what I want. Mark 8:24. Write this precept down.
Mark chapter 8 and verse 24. And he looked up and said.
Start this verse above it. Start the verse above it. I'm not looking at it, so.
Verse 23. And he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking.
Anybody pick that up? Woo! We're just going to lay that one on the table too as a little precept for you brothers and sisters. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 45.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40.
Everybody knew Genesis. I know it already. Everybody's confused. They're going to be all right. They're going to be all right.
Verse 45.
45.
And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual.
Talking about Adam and Christ. Go ahead.
The first man is of the earth.
The first man is of the earth.
Earthy.
Earthy.
The second man is the Lord from heaven.
The second man is the Lord from heaven. Go ahead.
As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy.
Mm-hmm.
And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly.
Watch, come on.
And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
So just like we bore the image of the earthy Adam, we're going to bear the image of the heavenly Adam. The first man, the last man. Remember what Christ said? He said, I'm Alpha, what? And Omega. Give me Luke 3:37 and 38. Everybody didn't catch that, what we just read. I'm just moving on. They didn't catch it. They're like, huh? Luke 3. This is going to help y'all out. This is the genealogy of Christ. Just read 38.
Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God.
I'm just going to leave that on the table right there because I see smoke coming out of your hair. And read it one more again.
Which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God.
So Adam was the son of God. Woo, woo. I know they don't get it, but we're going to keep it moving. Give me John 10:34. If you don't get it now, you get in the kingdom. Don't worry, you'll be all right. John 10:34.
John chapter 10 verse 34. Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are gods.
So if Christ said, remember what we just read in Luke, it said Adam was what? The son of God. Thanks. I need y'all to keep up with me. Now Christ says to us, in your law, doesn't it say that ye are gods? Give me the quote in Psalms 82:6, Yuri. The church members just cut the daggone TV off. They said, I can't understand this.
Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
That's right.
But ye shall die like men.
But we die like men, meaning slavery, captivity. Go ahead.
And fall like one of the princes.
We have fallen like one of the princes of the heathen nations. Okay, from there, Romans 8:29. We're almost done. Romans 8:29.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. For whom he did foreknow.
Meaning from the past, brothers and sisters, for whom he did foreknow.
He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son.
Stop. For whom he did foreknow. Foreknow when? What do you mean the beginning? What do you mean by that? Okay, very good. Now, if I'm on the street, I wouldn't even go that deep with them. I would just go back to Exodus with Moses and them. Y'all understand? Christians would be like, what are you talking about? They're not going to get it. Some things is meant in here. Okay? Come on.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
Alpha and Omega. Go ahead.
Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified.
Come on.
What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us?
If God be for us, brothers, sisters, who can be against us? Go ahead.
He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?
He's going to give us all things. That's what we read in 2 Ezra 6 about the world was made for us. Give me that in Daniel 7, Yuri. I think it's 27 and 28. He's going to give us all things. Here's the prophecy. We already read 2 Ezra 6. Here's the precept to that.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 27. In the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
That's the earth. Go ahead.
Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
So the earth going to be given back to us, brothers and sisters. Y'all understand that? Read it again. Read it again.
And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Read.
Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
Our kingdom going to be an everlasting kingdom. Go ahead.
And all dominions shall serve and obey
And all
him.
dominions shall serve and obey Christ. Watch this. Watch this. That's right. Give me Ephesians 1:5, please. Ephesians 1:5.
Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 5. Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children.
Here we go. Predestinated us unto the adoption of sons. See, again, we know that's going back to the heavens. But for our brothers and sisters that who don't know the Bible, just go back to Exodus, how the Lord knew us. Like Exodus 4:22, he said, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Everybody with me? Because they're not going to understand the heaven thing. They'll be like, what? Read.
Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Jesus Christ to himself.
Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. In whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will.
After the counsel of his own, it's God's will. It has nothing to do with, he did the choosing, brothers and sisters. He chose who's going to play the role of Israel. He chose who's going to play the part of the rebels in Israel. He chose who's going to be Esau. He said this group going to be Edom. This group going to be Moab. That y'all over there, you're going to be the Ishmaelites. God chose everything from the beginning. Everybody understand that? Ain't no accidents. Ain't no accidents. Now, as we're about to close out, Revelation 20, I want to show y'all this because I forgot to read it earlier. Remember what Christ said, nobody, hey, Yuri, Revelation, not Revelation, I'm sorry, John 8:12, I think it was, about nobody saw God. You know what I'm talking about? We read it earlier at the beginning of the lesson. Where? John 1:18? No. It was John 8 or something. Let me look. Let me go back to my notes. I got notes. No, where Christ said nobody sort of God at any time. I want that one. All right, read. Let me hear John 1:18. Let me hear it.
John.
Let me hear it. Okay, y'all messing me up. Get me John. Let me look at it. I can't go by your word now because y'all messing me up. Let me look first because y'all are taking me on a roller coaster. Okay, read John 6:46. Read that.
John chapter 6, verse 46. Not that any man has seen the Father, save he which is of God, he have seen the Father.
So Christ said only he saw the Father. Now John 8:12. I knew what I was talking about. Y'all messing me up.
John chapter 8 and verse 12. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
Okay, not that one. Help me out now. Y'all better help me. There's another. He said John 1:18. Let me look at it. They said it again. Okay, read it.
John chapter 1, verse 18.
That's it. Who said it? Brothers, thank y'all so much. Y'all in the spirit. Thank you.
No man have seen God at any time.
No man has seen God at any time. Go ahead.
The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him.
Now watch this. Revelation 20. Get the bomb ready. Get the bomb ready. Get it. If I could just find it. Revelation chapter 20. Oh Lord. See, I didn't write it down. It just popped in my head. Bear with me. Let me look at 21. Where's 21? Huh? No, I don't want to paraphrase it. Hey, say something clever while I look. Come on, talk.
Just drop random bombs, shotguns, everything. Just bring out the whole arsenal. Hey, give the Lord a round of applause for that fire coming out right now.
I got it. Revelation 22. Woo! Here we go. Get ready. 3 and 4.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 3. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it.
So that's the Father and the Son. Go ahead.
And his servants shall serve him.
Here come.
And they shall see his face.
See, I see it. We gonna see his face. That's talking about the Father right there. Go ahead.
And his name shall be in their forehead.
And we gonna know his true name. Everybody see that thing right there? Let's get a Lord a hand for that thing right there.
It's a little more, Bishop.
What you say?
It's a little more.
Go ahead.
And there shall be no night there, for they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Lord giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever.
That's right. That's right. Hey, before we close out, we didn't read day 7. Go back to Genesis 2, 1-3. Genesis 2, 1-3.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made. And he had rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made.
So this is the first holiday God created for us, the Sabbath day. Remember, the first law he made for us was marriage. He made marriage for us. That was right after that. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made.
So we understand. So now we got Genesis 1. We read Genesis 2. The Sabbath was created. The woman was then created. Marriage was instituted. Y'all with me on that? Okay, all right. So now, brothers, this is what I want y'all all to do. We're going to practice it first. I'm going to say, Israel united, and y'all going to say, in Christ. Israel united. Okay, no, get ready. Here we go. Israel united! Israel united! Israel united! Who's the king? Who's the king? Who's the king? And with that, we say shalom.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.